may be seated. Thank you so much. On that note, please, all members of the Board of Trustees, the people that keep all the AKISAN money and make sure nothing is missing, please, all members of Board of Trustees, please, all of you stand up to be recognized. Members of the Board of AKISAN Board of Trustees, please, wherever you are, if you're in the bedroom, if you're watching when Nigeria, people are clapping for you. Thank you very much. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have president, we have people that lead this association. We have not had the youngest, the respectable, pound for pound, the best looking man in the whole wide world, the man that never sleeps. Akwa Ibom people around the world, watching around the world, I give to you the undisputed, your national president, Mr. Itoro Akwa.
Akwa Ibom Isa, Akwa Ibom Isa, Iban and Oyo. Welcome to the 34th Annual National Convention right here in Atlanta. Even I did not believe that this day would have happened when we signed the contract last October, but here we are, and we thank God for that. Thanks to each and every one of you for the support you've given this administration, and by extension to this great association. I'd like to start by thanking His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Emmanuel Ekuwem, for gracing this occasion, and also for granting me audience when I visited Akwa Ibom State in May. Thank you to also bringing the Akwa Ibom State delegation here with you. Thank you to Mr. Kanodofia and your team. Thanks for coming. Thank you to each and every one of you once again. I am very proud to stand before you to let you know that the state of AKISAN USA is not just strong, but it is very strong. Before I go any further, I would like for all Convention Planning Committee members to please rise and take a bow. You guys did a wonderful job this year. If you're a member of that committee, please stand, or at least raise your hands. Many people just come for conventions not knowing what goes on underneath, the countless hours, the time, the energy spent. But everything flows perfectly. If you're a member of my executive, a member of council, a member of the Board of Trustees, please rise and take a bow. These are the engine room of this great association. Thank you very much. I'm going to keep my speech very short because I actually have an 8.5-minute video to present to you all, and that will summarize the essence of tonight. The theme of this year's convention is celebrating the resilience of Akwa Ibomites in the COVID-19 era as well as our youth. And the fact that we're all here today is testimony to that fact, that we're resilient as a people and we're passionate about this organization. When I was sworn in about a year ago, I was given a mandate. We've accomplished a lot thanks to your help and support. The youth always complained that they were never carried along. I appointed 2 cabinet members under 40 at the time. I included youth in all council meetings. I also included youth in all the critical committees of this organization. And I worked with the youth to ensure that their role was enshrined in our Constitution. Last night at the business meeting, I'm proud to report that their manual, Nwednbet, was adopted. Congratulations to the youth portfolio and to the youth president. Could you please rise? Udom Fan and Udom Emmanuel. They put in a wonderful job to create that document. So thank you very much. I also promise total transparency. Financial reports are presented monthly, and every single communication with regards to this organization is shared with everybody. I promise total accountability. Every committee was put to work, and I believe for the first time in the history of this organization, every committee has put in a 1-page report in the program booklet that you have tonight, so that you can know what they all accomplished. So thank you very much for your hard work. I also encouraged digitization of this association. That means the way we collect money, the way we run the affairs of this association, the way we run the finances of this association. And that has also happened today. I also promised to restructure the organization. After about 10 years, our constitution was due for some amendments. And thanks to the convention yesterday, 12 of those amendments are now adopted. So thank you very much to everyone who was involved. My administration also promised bold and fresh ideas. In particular, I believe in always adding to the association, not taking out. That is why, with respect to the projects that we did in the last 12 months, of course, because of COVID, we did not have a convention last year, so we did not have any money. So I had to solicit private funds to make that happen. And thanks to all those sponsors, we were able to raise about $8,000 and send 23 people to 3 skill acquisition programs: software and web development, cosmetology, and culinary arts. They all started in January, and they all graduated with flying colors in July. Part of the reason why we're here today is to raise funds to make sure that we're able to send even more students to those programs. And not only those 3, but also other areas like solar panel installation, welding, carpentry, agribusiness, and what other areas that we may find possible. We also promised to make sure that AKISAN is run more efficiently. That means the way we conduct our medical missions and scholarships were reviewed. We partner with AKISAN chapters and nonprofit and corporations on projects. We also made sure that meetings started and ended on time. In the area of welfare, unfortunately, there were 2 people, one in Dallas and one in Alabama, who had passed away, but there was no one who was able to trace them. Ekuwem had passed away with her 3-year-old daughter on her belly, and she was not discovered until 3 days after. And we were forced with a situation where if we did not provide money to the funeral home, they would have to return her corpse to the state. The funeral home wanted $6,000 in 3 days, and after I put out the word, we were able to not only meet the $6,000, but we doubled that to about $14,000. And the excess of about $8,000 will be donated to Bella, Ekuwem's daughter. There was also another gentleman by the name of Nsikan Francis of Alabama. He came to America in 1980, I believe, and in 1984 he relocated to Alabama and was never heard from since. About maybe 6 months ago, I was given a picture of him by his family in Nigeria and asked to help bring closure because no one had heard from him. His parents had died. Nobody knew. So again, I put out the word, and I was able to find out that the Nigerian community in Alabama had contributed about $500 to erect on a tombstone. Again, he had passed away in his apartment, and he was only discovered after 1 week. And so I was able to give that news to the family so at least they knew where his brother was. I also promised to increase membership. There were supposed to be 3 new chapters added this year. We hope to do that next year. And finally, I promised equity to treat every chapter, every member, with the respect that they deserve. Oh, and one more thing. I also promised better communication. So we've taken advantage of social media to advertise everything we do, and the people appreciate that. Thanks once again to all the committees that have contributed to the success of this administration. Your Excellency, I do have a few requests, if you don't mind. Number 1, as was promised when I was there in May, my administration is all about partnerships and collaborations. Partnerships in the way we do our medical missions. I also talked about donating books to Akwa Ibom State Public Universities, and you and I did go to Books for Africa warehouse earlier this morning to visit with them to see how they do things. While I was also in Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency had made a request to all of us to donate face masks to public secondary school students in Akwa Ibom State, and we're going to do just that. It's going to be a hefty goal, but I know that we can do it. I'd also like to request that in line with previous administrations, that we undertake an official visit to Akwa Ibom State, but not just with AKISAN members, but Akwa Ibom business people, with the aim of bringing jobs to Akwa Ibom State. I'd like to end with this before the video is rolled, that I am very proud to be an Akwa Ibomite, and even prouder when I find Akwa Ibomites in high places. Right here in Atlanta, I met a gentleman by the name of Nsebong Udofot by chance. And he's into the manufacture of electronics, including tablets, laptops, and computers. And one of the products that he has is a phone that he called a Dakkada phone. And I was so impressed. Mr. Udofot, are you here? Or could someone please go out and ask, where is he? Okay, please, come. Also, if you had come earlier during the early days of the convention, so Thursday and Friday, you probably had some shea butter or black soap in your package. That was thanks to another Akwa, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, who has been in business for 15 years. His products are sold in Walmart. He's the owner of RA Cosmetics. And Mr. Udom Emmanuel, are you here? So please, whenever you know of any Akwa who owns a business and they're doing a good job, I urge you to patronize them. The program booklets you have with you today, the design and the layout were done in Akwa State. I'm all about promoting my people. So, Your Excellency, Mr. Udofot is here, and he'd like to present to you, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Clement Udotong, sorry, not Udofot, of CLEMENTRONICS, and he'd like to present to you a Dakkada phone. Thank you very much, Mr. Udotong. And everything I've said here tonight is in a document that I'd like to officially call. Okay. So as I was saying earlier before we roll the video, everything I've said here tonight is on these documents, and I'd like to officially present them to you, Your Excellency. All right, Mr. DJ, do you have the video ready?
Akwa, National President of AKISAN USA. Welcome to this year's AKISAN USA National Convention in Atlanta. The fact that we're here tonight is true testimony to the fact that we are resilient as a people and our determination to get things done. So barely 3 days after assuming office, I got a call from AKISAN Chesapeake Bay, Maryland, and I was made to understand that there was a lady by the name of Ekuwem who had passed away in Dallas. Unfortunately, she was yet to be buried, and the county in Dallas had given the family about 3 days to come up with the money, which was about $6,000. Otherwise, her body would be returned to the county. So I was in a situation where I had to figure out how to raise this money. I started asking around for funds. I thought that we would not be able to come up with that money within 3 days, but fortunately for us, in those 3 days we exceeded the $6,000. A week later, we made $14,000. And I'm proud to say that we exceeded that amount. And so not only were we able to bury Iyena, we now have an excess of $8,000, which tonight we will be handing over to the family that is taking care of her daughter Bella right now.